And welcome again. This is Dutchman Games. This battle is fought on Galatian Ria. It's a 3 versus 3, and I believe this was fought in October 10, 2017. I have not seen this battle myself previously, so I am looking at it with fresh eyes, just like you. You have France, flanked by Turkey, and again France on the far left. Turkey has a good melee units of 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 Janissaries, Janissaries and 1 Bashi Bazooks, followed by Mehmet Ali, 5 Cav units. Now, before we start, I'd like to show you the reasoning behind this setup. When you fight in Galician Ria, previously mentioned in other battles, this hill is very important. Last game I'll show you, I was on the other side. Now I am on the defending side. The French army, 4 chasseurs of false, great cav, 4 chasseurs, National Guards, again militia units supported by elites in the rear, 4 Swiss, 1 Young Guard, 1 Braves, and Standard General. The battle starts immediately by a charge toward the hill. You do this right, as a defender side, you will get to the hill just a bit quicker. And you want to get in the forest somewhere here, while the attackers have to go through a lot of forest to get to the edge. As you could see, the French army is set up, and in fact they're continuing their charge. There's a light dragoon and a Coldstream Guards. They should stop their charge, which they do. Supported by general, it's good to have a general close, but not too close. This general will support the cav to fight longer. Remember, do not put your chasseurs behind each other, or if you do, turn off the shooting mode, because you don't want to get shot by your own forces. France do get up the hill quicker, supported by Turkey. And on the other side, the French army is shifting slightly to the center, while the Turkish army is shifting from center to center right. The English army, first line, lights, second line, foot, third line, wow, fencibles. The cav is far behind, so is a foot guard, and this is a good. I am not a proponent of putting forces into the houses, because I like to play aggressively. But if you do put a unit in the house, you do want to put a unit in there that is elite. England got late, started late, and so now it's gonna fight uphill. Well, France is already in position. Let's take a look at the map here quickly. France in position, supported by Turkey. And the attackers are slightly behind, forming a defensive line slightly behind the center of the map. Good move. Utilize the forest, putting the lights, shooting from angle. Not sure why this unit is. This is a mistake. This is absolutely a mistake. The French player is probably not seeing this. And yes, exactly, that's the case. What a shame. The Braves. Lights getting skirmish mode. Trying to go to the forest. And if there will be attack, the attack should be coming from the the attacker's left side and the defender's right. So we're gonna go with group 1 here, group 2 the defenders. You push from this angle, and then you could start outflanking. Okay, let's lower the map. I believe there's not much going on here. The first battle is going to be fought in the center, looking from defender side, center left to left. Not a good positioning. Lights right behind fencibles, you will be shooting yourself. National Guards absorbing the shots. England's doing a great job shooting and pulling back. Lost about over 10% by one volley. Good positioning because of the steep. You could shoot over each other's shoulder. So not these forces are not getting shot by the second line. While they're getting absorbed the shots, the lights can shoot and win from the English lights. Okay, this will be a shoot and a retreat tactic. Let's look at the rest of the map. Turkey forming up on the hill. Melee is protected, and you want your melees protected because they're vulnerable to cav. Cav moving to the right flank, supporting the French player. This is not a good position of the unit. They're shooting in the ground. Learn the ridges, the positioning. This was a horrible waste of units here. Just getting shots. Wow, shooting cav, great positioning. I'd like to bring out this Turkey is now being played by Iris. Iris is an absolutely great player. Without any disrespect, when I started playing against Iris, he had to learn a lot. He did work with me closely. We fought a lot of battles together. I can say most of the battles that I won was because of his support. I consider him equal, if not a better player than I am at this moment. But that's because he listened to everything I had to say. He learned from those. He used his own movement to it, incorporated some of the moves, and he is now equal, if not a better player. I think, and then please watch yourself, team working is very important, and Iris brings it to the max here. He's an absolute great teammate. Turkey. Now, to beat these units in the houses, you do want to send your melee. The melees will probably beat anything short than the old guards. But remember, old guards cost about 1200, while melee janissaries somewhere half of that. Bleeding men. Cav charge. Not a good cav charge. You never make it to the lights. Another cav charge is going to be a bad cav charge. Turkey's right there. If you do cav charge, don't try not to shoot yourself in the back. It is a heavy cav, but out of 45 they're down to 7 and they're gone. England just threw 2 cav units without any result. The battle still fought on the far end. .40, 65, 55. This unit, 6 regiments, we saw there was a mistake made. That's why they are so low in numbers. This is a good point I'd like to bring up. These Swiss foots are in position that they could just reach the lights, but not the line. Subsequently, the second line, the foots, can't reach the Swiss foot. So that while the English second line can't reach the Swiss, and so they are out of the battle, these Swiss are shooting into the lights, and because this line is so close, will be bleeding men. You want to pay attention to these formations. If you have a player who doesn't know all the little tricks to it, make sure if your line is fighting the lights, you're within the limits of shooting the lights, but just not in the reach for the line, their second line to reach you. So they will be inactive. While getting shot, they will not be shooting back. A slow pause. Let's look at the other side of the battlefield. It is quiet. Let's look at the other side, see what we can learn from this positioning. France has the hill. A good thing I could see is if you could get in a forest, and if you could get just under the ridge, you could be very close to the forces without getting shot. This is a good positioning to hide the forces right under the nose. Let's say if you're Turkey, you have a good melee units, you want to get as close as possible without getting shot. This is a good ridge to hide your forces. On the other side, if you sit on top of this hill, it is extremely difficult to win. Having your forces here, you could form several ranks deep and shoot over each other's head, and it's very difficult for the defenders to get to you. If you are fighting, don't fight the forest. Be in it. I'm not sure who they're shooting at. Oh, there you go. This forest is giving you extra protection. Wow. The cruelty of war. A mother one lost a son, a wife a husband, a child a father. Ladies and gentlemen, it seems we are going for an attack. Pay attention to the sounds. During the game you will hear the gallopings. Yeah, there's an attack coming. And the hoorays of charge. You hear that, you know there will be attack coming. Good move from Britain. Ouch. Ouch. Oh, the flag fell. Flag bearer fell. Full charge of the Turkish army. These guys are unstoppable. There's huge panic going on. General dead. Now, this is an attack. If you attack, don't send 1 or 2 cav units, maybe 1 or 2 lines. You will attack with half of your forces. Plan it right, and you will be unstoppable. Work together, and you'll win the fight. Get the flag. As long as you are in contact, the unit cannot form square. And you never want to just stand there and do melee. You want to pull back and attack again. Keep them in square and try to send forces back here. 99 versus 25, but these 2 units will be able to shoot from angle and eventually win. Concentrate on one side. Once it gets to 47, 48, they can't form squares anymore. We started up here and outflanked. Now this is the fallback location for the attackers. The hill is a good position. For the defenders, you want to be utilizing these forests and start harassing the forces up the hill. Good. The cav anchored the foot in position, and now the melee is cutting them to pieces. These forces are shattered out of the game. We have another fight on the other side. Let's take a look. Heavy cav. England is a much better position. The lines can support each other. So there was a good attack, but France has to retreat. Save their cav. To fight another day. This unit is protected by a foot. Great positioning. This English unit is very well positioned. It's a waste putting 3 units in a house. You're basically playing very defensive. As the other player, you would simply go around it, disregard these units, get everything else. Once you do, their morale will drop. No more need to fight them. It seems the attacker's left flank has completely collapsed. Chasseurs hiding in the forest, regrouping. Let's see if they're tired, very tired. So it's time for them to rest. Let's look at here. So you have a Swiss foot and some Janissary fighting the Coldstream Guards. These Cold Guards cost about 1200. This Janissary is probably 6. There's the chevrons on 660. Coldstream's gone.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
Mehmet Ali, close proximity. These units will fight longer. Great positioning. Trying to outflank.
To the standard!
No, not the Coldstream Guards. Routing. Completely outnumbered. Get a quick recap. What took place. The battle started up here. The French and the Turks combined their forces, got the hill. They pushed through, outflanked. The attackers' left flank collapsed, and so they are now just rolling up the hill and getting each unit, outnumbering them by 2 to 3 versus 1, and beating each unit. And every unit they beat, the numbers increase comparable to the attackers, and so the chance of winning for England decreases by each unit lost. Let's look at the right flank. This is the only remaining flank for the attackers. England still holding. I am counting 3 foots, 2 King's German Legion foot, which is as a morale of 7, foots have morale of 6, and 88 foot Connaught Rangers, which has a morale of 8. So 1 elite, 2 better units, and 3 foot. Light, light, light. Very bad positioning. 1 calf charge will destroy these lights. Or the melee for that matter. I don't see these units shooting. I believe the reason they're not shooting is they don't want to shoot their cav. Men left. They're still fighting. 2 chevrons. Bit of Alamo.
Line infantry.
One thing I'm hoping by zooming in this far is to learn the terrain, know where to put your forces so the shots don't get wasted. So here there's no point of shooting, but I do see that on the left flank visibility is a lot better. You do see the morale wavering even though it's 120. That is simply because the numbers. Enemy has a lot more forces, and I believe they lost a general too.
The men are fatigued, sir, and must rest away. It'll be a nice
This is good. They don't shoot each other in the back, but they're shooting over each other. That's a good move.
Yes, sir. Right away, sir. Moving out! Come on! Right away, orders! Line infantry! Yes, sir! des tirs!
Old guard charging.
Ce ne sont que quelques cavaliers.
Carabiniers, wow. The general. But this was a brilliant end to the battle. We have Dutchman with 1158 kills, 856 losses. Iris, an outstanding play with 2014 kills versus 1774 losses. Great teamwork between Dutchman and Iris. Great work from Iris. The numbers got 965 versus 829. It was a bit quieter on that flank. Raphael is a good player. I have obviously I've played him right now, but I've played him multiple times. He is a good player. This game he had a hard time because he was 2 versus 1. George 5, also another good player. He had 1100 kills versus 1600 losses. Mine Digger 78 had 977 kills versus 1300 losses. This battle, I don't believe, had to do with skills as much as it had to do with teamwork. While Iris and I played very closely and basically surprised Raphael on a 1 versus 1, I believe Raphael and George are outstanding players and they definitely could beat most people in front of them. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you learned. I hope you had fun and look forward for your support, your feedback. Until next time, cheers.